Hey guys, welcome back to Big Brother Canada, and today we are going to be talking about the events of the first episode of the movie night massacre. Now, obviously, for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing 2 episodes in one and then the eviction episode, but this week onwards, hopefully, I'll be doing 1 episode per episode, purely because there is a lot more to talk about, and especially in this episode, there was a lot going on. There were twists, there were turns, and someone will be going home before the end of next episode. And then we've got another eviction the episode after. It's crazy because we are heading into the movie night massacre week, and it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So without much further ado, if you guys are enjoying the episode, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. We are on our way to 900 and you guys are absolutely smashing those like buttons at the moment, so make sure to keep on going. We are trying to get to 900 and eventually 1,000. I've got some cool plans coming at 1,000. They're going to take me a while to get into effect, but they will be coming out. So you guys, the quicker you get me there, the more pressure you put on me, because I haven't even started yet. So why would I? But if you guys are enjoying, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into the video. So, in the aftermath of Matt's eviction, a lot of emotions were running high. We had Lexus basically breaking down and sobbing because Matt was her beau and now he's gone. But it's interesting because Lexus now feels like she cannot fully trust the girls. The girls are the ones to get rid of him out of the house, obviously because Lexus, Anthony, Tola were the ones that voted to save Matt. And V and the girls and Todd switched up on her and caused her number 1 in the game to go home. Obviously, there is a bigger alliance. There is Hot Chocolate, then there is Hotter Chocolate, and then there is Anthony and V. So there's a lot of different layers to this game. There are outskirters and there are now a very, very tight alliance at the top of the house. But obviously V feels like she made the right choice. Getting Matt out of the house was the best decision because taking Elijah out would have been a bit of a waste of time. Taking out a stronger player before we get to jury would have been the best option. But obviously, not really much you can do about that. The girls were reassuring Lexus, being like, oh, we're going to take you to the end. We're going to take you to the end. But obviously, the issue for Lexus is that she's now in a girls' alliance and she doesn't have a number 1. Avery, Kayla, and V are very close and they will be top 3. But obviously, then V is close with Anthony. So that's a top 2. So it is just a bit complicated when it comes to working out how she fits into the game now, and currently I don't think she does. Next up, we had Todd talking to Tola about a potential target for them both. Now, obviously, Todd has been aligned with the girls for the last couple of weeks, ever since they saved him from with the executive veto. But obviously, Todd is starting to notice that there is no way he can survive without taking a shot at them. And I think he and Tola came onto the same idea that basically they've got to take out Kayla because Kayla is playing both sides of the house very, very, very well, and somebody needs to take her out. And I was like, interesting, because Tola and Todd are 2 of the like outcasts from Hotter Chocolate. We've got the Hotter Chocolate, no, we've got Hot Chocolate, and then we've got like Bailey, Elijah, Tola, Todd. So Tola and Todd making an alliance to take Kayla out is actually a very, very interesting proposition, and it could prove very, very useful in the future. However, this could easily go wrong. You can't take a shot at someone like Kayla and miss, because that would be catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic to your game. You would not be able to make it out of the week without some kind of repercussions. So essentially, it has to be a backdoor, and unfortunately, it might not work out that way. So obviously, this episode started. I normally skip the like recap bit But this time I decided not to because I think I was scrolling on my phone. I couldn't bother to skip it. So imagine my shock when all of a sudden it starts glitching and turning into like an emergency broadcast and being like the BB house is on lockdown until further notice. I was like, huh? Huh? And then they were like, someone will not survive the night. I was like, oh, what? This is so cool. And basically they woke them up in the middle of the night, got them downstairs with a blaring alarm, told them, pack up your belongings, go to the HOH room and stay there until further notice. I was like, okay, this is going to be big, this is going to be cool, this is going to be epic. And epic it was, because when they emerged, the entire house had been turned into some kind of dystopian, like, war zone. It was crazy. And essentially, this led us to the movie night massacre. We were told that somebody would be going home before the night was done. So not only have we just lost someone, but we're going to be losing someone again now, and we're going to be losing someone again at the end of the week. What is going on? This genuinely was one of the craziest, like, twists. And, like, this series has been really, really good so far. We've had the executive veto twist. We've had the movie night massacre twist. Like, what possibly could they come up with next? Because this is so much fun to watch. And if you guys aren't watching, you're missing out, honestly, because I'm glued. I'm glued to the screen. So anyway, the first thing that they had to do was a challenge to dictate an order. And essentially, the order will come in more important in a little bit when I talk more about the casting process. But this was a fight for survival, and the basic instruction was don't panic. And I was like, okay, are they going to like try and scare them, things like that? No, heads are going to be in boxes and you're going to have stuff dumped on you whilst you're trying to balance a jar on a wooden board on 2 bits of chain. This was a crazy challenge, like a crazy difficult challenge. I really, really didn't expect this to happen, but obviously it has. And now we're in the interesting position of, well, what are we going to do about this? Because they're in there, they're holding the chains. Kayla drops immediately and she's like, fuck. Because everyone's told basically anyone can go home this week. Anyone can go home today. Literally anyone. Nobody is safe. And I'm like, okay. Then obviously next up was Elijah. Elijah was out next. Avery was out soon after. Spicy was out after that. Anthony just kind of seemed to give up, which surprised me. I thought he would survive a little bit longer, purely because I think he was hoping, like, none of them knew what the twist was at this point. They just knew, like, this will dictate safety. So I don't know why Anthony didn't fight for it a little bit harder. I guess he thought other people might save him. I don't know. Then we had Lexus go out, and then Todd was out. And then I was like, I wonder how long they've been doing this for. An hour 20 they were stood there, heads in boxes, and like holding these chains. Bailey and Tola. Bailey versus Tola. Absolutely crazy showdown, because Tola ended up losing and Bailey won safety for herself for the movie night massacre. I really, really didn't expect Bailey to win this, but this girl did not seem to flinch once. This girl was fighting for her life. Fighting tooth and nail, and I gotta say, I am incredibly proud of her. I am incredibly impressed with her, because this was a great performance. So, we are heading on to the casting process. And you might be like, what's this casting process? Basically, starting with Bailey and going down the line in elimination order. So, Tola next, then Todd, etc, etc, etc. We are going to be casting a movie. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And they were like, the roles will dictate your, like, places in the house. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So Bailey walks in and she sees a board, right? It has her name in safety, so she is immune from literally anything that can happen. There is a slot for HOH, 2 slots for nominees, 3 slots for power of veto player, 1 slot pass, and that's for the season, bear in mind, so they will no longer have to be on slot ever. And then the last one is no eviction vote. Now, this was an interesting decision for everyone. I think there was a very unfortunate order because Bailey was like, well, I'm going to put V in the HOH position because then she gets to decide if someone else gets replaced after the veto. And I was like, okay, that's smart. That's a smart choice. And then I was like, rah, Todd and Tola are up next. Or Tola and then Todd. And they're going to put up Kayla and someone else that's going to force Kayla out of the house. And I was like, ha. So Tola comes in, puts up Kayla as a nominee. Then Todd comes in, puts Avery up as a nominee. And I was like, no. Because these two going up against each other in an eviction is catastrophic for the game that is currently being played by Hot Chocolate. That's crazy. Because this is what I meant earlier by you cannot take this shot and miss. Because Spicy's HOH. So there's only a limited number of people that she will put up on the block if someone gets taken down. And I'm sorry, Todd and Tola, but you two are them. I'm not being funny, but you are. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting choice from both of them. Then we had Lexus putting Tola up for the power of veto player. I thought that was a smart decision, but obviously time will tell whether that will be a good decision or a bad decision. Dougie put Elijah as the person that doesn't have an eviction vote. I thought that was a bit of a throwaway one. I don't think Elijah's the person you don't want to have a vote. I think he would have put up someone like Kayla. But obviously Kayla and Avery were already up as nominees for the week. So it kind of didn't leave him with much choice. V, she put up Anthony and gave him the slot pass. I wonder whether that was a conscious choice because she didn't want him competing in the veto because that would mean that he might not want to take Kayla or Avery down, and she was trying to give Kayla and Avery the best shot they could in order to get a veto. Also, when the guy jumped out of the wall at her, she fell on the floor. This guy, they were basically like hovering in the background. They had like these scary masks on. And then one of them just jumps out and gives you like a little ticket that has or like a little information sheet to tell you what to do. And she fell on the floor. Everyone else kind of jumped. She literally slipped over and fell on the floor. And it was genuinely one of the funniest things ever. Then we had Avery. Avery was like, fuck, I'm up for nomination. Let me put Todd up for a power veto player. And then obviously Elijah put up Lexus as a power veto player because that was all the options that were left. So interesting. We ended up with Kayla on the block, Avery on the block, V as head of household, and the power veto players were Tola, Todd, Lexus. So it brings us to the power veto challenge. Now the power veto challenge pretty much finished the episode off, and I was like, okay, this could be a difficult challenge. First of all, they've got to drain 3 pints of blood. It was probably like red food colour or something, I don't know. And look at the numbers at the bottom of the glasses to get the combination, to unlock their puzzle pieces, and then make the puzzle. It was quite stressful, I gotta say. I was watching it and I was like, rah, this is quite stressful to watch. Because I'm rooting for Kayla, because I know that if Kayla doesn't win this, she will be going home. And obviously I kind of like Kayla. She's sweet, she's funny, and she's a good player in this game. However, Tola was very quick out the jump and was this close to winning until he was like, fuck, I've fucked up somewhere. Now I have to start all over again. And Kayla actually did end up winning the power of veto. So obviously that's where our episode ended. Big cliffhanger. Kayla has won the power of veto. Who is going to be going up against Avery in the eviction? The movie night massacre eviction. Yes, words do come naturally to me. But that is unfortunately all we've got time for today. How amazing did this episode sound? If you want to watch it, it is season 12, episode 18. It was absolutely fantastic to watch. There was a lot of really cool imagery. The way that they styled the house was fantastic. The budget for these shows, craziness. Because the UK version could never. I'm sorry. I know you guys love the UK version, and I love the UK version as well. But the budget that this show has eclipses our version of it. And I hate to say it, but sometimes it's more entertaining, this version. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that YouTube stuff that you guys are doing so well on the channel currently. We are on our way to 900 and then 1,000, so make sure to keep subscribing. Get us to our goal, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So without much further ado, keep on ranting. Bye now.